10 things you should never do when starting a new job. Congratulations! You've finally secured a new job, and now you want to start off on the right foot. You want to be careful not to make any career-ending mistakes. So, what should you never do when starting a new job? 1____. You learned this in first grade, when the teacher began keeping track of tardies. Being on time matters. Factor in extra time if there's traffic, construction, or other reasons to expect a delay. 2____. Before starting your job, talk with the hiring manager or human resources professional to make sure you understand what constitutes acceptable outfit for your new workplace. There's nothing more embarrassing than showing up wearing something that doesn't fly with your supervisors. 3____. Many companies require new employees to go through a training process before starting a new position. While it may be tempting to skip these sessions or treat them lightly, don't do it. Even if your training managers won't be your direct supervisors, they are watching you. 4____. No matter where you're working, there are certain processes, tools, and forms that make up the standard operating procedures of your company. You may have been introduced to these through a very organized, systematic orientation, or you may feel like you're expected to absorb them by osmosis. If you were formally informed, consider yourself fortunate. If not, don't feel shortchanged or frustrated. Instead, take initiative and master the basics on your own. 5____. It's understandable that you may need help or guidance during your first few weeks at a new job, and asking coworkers for assistance or just to answer questions can be perfectly acceptable. But remember, you were hired because managers believed in your ability to get the job done. Ask for help if you need it, but believe in yourself and prove that you can do the work yourself. 6____. Your employer isn't paying you to chat with your girlfriend or even your kid's babysitter. Make a personal policy of limiting personal phone calls and texts to your lunch break, except for emergencies. 7____. Most likely, you and your employer agreed to a certain salary during the hiring process. So don't change your mind before you even show up at work. Don't expect more money until you've worked long enough to prove your value to the employer. 8_____. Of course, you want to make a good impression as soon as you arrive at a new job, and show your new employer they made the right choice in hiring you. However, be cautious of suggesting new policies or strategies during your first few weeks, as it may not be the best way to demonstrate you are a team player. At first, take time to really understand and learn your job, then over time, you can make suggestions and changes as situations arise, and as your input and expertise is called upon. 9____. In a new job, there will always be a learning curve, and effective supervisors understand that. Inevitably, you'll be asked to do something or expected to know something that you don't yet know or know how to do. Rather than saying you can complete the task on your own, tell the truth and don't be afraid to say, I don't know. 10____. You may be so eager to start your new job that you don't want to stop and ask questions. But by skipping even the most basic questions, you are setting yourself up for failure.